Living alone as an older adult isn't exactly what most people expect. At first glance, it seems peaceful, almost liberating. The house is quiet, there's no need to compromise on what to watch on TV, and everything stays exactly where you left it. No one interrupts your thoughts, and every decision is yours to make. But what no one tells you is that this silence, this stillness, sometimes feels too heavy. No one warns you about the strange moments that creep in, the way the house echoes a little differently at night, or how you start leaving the TV on just for background noise. There's a certain loneliness that isn't loud or dramatic, but instead, it lingers in the small details of everyday life. You notice it when you struggle to open a jar with no one there to help. You feel it when you laugh at something funny on TV and instinctively look around, only to remember there's no one there to share the moment with. And perhaps the most unexpected part is missing things you never thought about before. The casual conversations in passing, the warmth of knowing someone else is just in the next room, the simple comfort of another person's presence, even in complete silence. No one really prepares you for the emotional weight of a quiet home. The little things start to stand out. Birthdays feel different when there's no one in the house to celebrate with you. Cooking dinner loses some of its joy when it's just for one. The days stretch a little longer, and there are moments when you wonder if this is how the rest of your life will feel, like a series of long afternoons filled with things to do but no one to share them with. It's not that living alone is all bad, but it does come with moments that catch you off guard. Yet for all its challenges, there is another side to this reality. Living alone also brings unexpected joys, ones that often go unnoticed at first. There's a quiet kind of freedom in waking up whenever you want, in choosing how to spend each moment without obligation. There's power in learning how to enjoy your own company, in discovering hobbies and interests that are truly yours. With time, the silence becomes less of an emptiness and more of a space to grow. This stage of life, often painted as lonely, can also be one of deep self-discovery. This video is about uncovering the truth behind living alone as an older adult, the struggles that no one warns you about, the surprising joys that make it worthwhile, and most importantly, how to make the most of this chapter of life. Because if you've ever felt like no one truly understands what it's like, you're not alone. And by the end of this video, you might just find not only answers, but also a sense of comfort in knowing that everything you're feeling is completely normal. No one truly prepares you for the challenges of living alone as an older adult. At first, it might seem like a peaceful retreat. Finally, a space of your own, free from obligations and compromises. But as the days pass, reality starts to settle in, and you begin to notice the small but significant struggles that come with this independence. Some are practical, others are emotional, but all of them are rarely discussed. One of the biggest challenges is the simple, everyday inconveniences that used to go unnoticed. Things that once seemed effortless now require extra thought. When a jar lid won't budge, there's no one around to pass it to. When you're feeling under the weather, there's no one to remind you to take your medicine or bring you a cup of tea. Even small household tasks can feel overwhelming when there's no one to share the load. A burnt-out light bulb, a leaky faucet, or a misplaced item that you can't quite find. All of these once minor annoyances become just another reminder that everything is now your responsibility. Beyond the physical inconveniences, there's also the mental weight of decision fatigue. When you live alone, every choice, big or small, rests entirely on your shoulders. From what to cook for dinner to how to handle an unexpected financial issue, there's no second opinion, no shared responsibility, just you. Over time, this can become exhausting. Making every decision alone can feel like an endless cycle of questioning yourself, second-guessing your choices, and sometimes simply wishing there was someone else to turn to for reassurance. Then there's the emotional side of living alone, the part that no one really talks about. Loneliness doesn't always hit in obvious ways. Sometimes it's not about feeling sad or isolated, but rather about the absence of small, meaningful interactions. The casual conversations that used to fill your day, the shared laughter over an inside joke, the simple presence of another person who acknowledges your existence. These moments fade away when you live alone. Over time, you start to miss the background noise of life, the rhythm of someone else moving through the same space. Even socializing can become more difficult. When you're living alone, plans don't happen as naturally as they once did. You have to make a conscious effort to reach out, to schedule time with friends, to step out of the house and engage with the world. But on some days, the effort feels too great, and staying home becomes the easier choice. Before you realize it, days turn into weeks and the feeling of disconnection begins to settle in. These challenges are real and they can feel overwhelming at times. But while they are part of the reality of living alone, they are not the full story. Just as there are struggles, there are also unexpected joys, moments of peace, and opportunities for growth that come with this stage of life. In the next section, we'll explore the brighter side, the freedoms, the self-discoveries, and the quiet joys that make living alone not just manageable but meaningful. For all the challenges that come with living alone as an older adult, there are also joys, quiet, surprising, and deeply personal. At first, these moments may be hard to notice, overshadowed by the struggles of adjusting to solitude. But with time, they begin to stand out, revealing a different side of life that many never expect. While loneliness can sometimes feel overwhelming, solitude can also be empowering. It provides space to rediscover yourself, embrace your independence, and live life entirely on your own terms. One of the greatest joys of living alone is the complete freedom it offers. Every decision is entirely yours. You can wake up whenever you want, eat whatever you're in the mood for, and structure your day exactly the way you like. There's no need to compromise, no one to answer to, and no expectations to meet. Whether it's enjoying a quiet morning with a cup of coffee and a book, binge watching your favorite shows late into the night, or picking up an old hobby that once brought you joy, this time is yours to shape however you choose. Beyond the daily freedoms, living alone also creates an opportunity for self-discovery. Many people spend their lives surrounded by the needs and expectations of others, whether it's raising a family, managing a career, or supporting friends and loved ones. But in solitude, you begin to understand yourself on a deeper level. What truly makes you happy? What interests have you neglected over the years? What parts of yourself have been put on hold? These are the questions that slowly come to the surface, and answering them can be incredibly fulfilling. Some people find a passion for art, music, or writing. Others dive into gardening, travel, or learning new skills. The possibilities are endless, and the best part is that it's all done on your own terms, at your own pace. Another unexpected joy of living alone is the ability to create a home that is entirely yours. Every room reflects your personal taste, every decoration is chosen by you, and every space is designed to bring you comfort and peace. There's a unique satisfaction in knowing that your home is a reflection of who you are, without any outside influence. It becomes a sanctuary, a place where you can truly be yourself, surrounded by things that bring you happiness. There's also a certain strength that comes from mastering independence. The small victories, fixing something around the house on your own, cooking a delicious meal for one, handling a challenge without outside help, begin to build confidence. You realize that you are fully capable, that you don't need to rely on others for every little thing. This sense of self-sufficiency is empowering, and over time, it transforms the way you see yourself. What once felt daunting now feels manageable. What once seemed like loneliness begins to feel like peaceful solitude. Of course, living alone doesn't mean being isolated. The key to truly enjoying this stage of life is learning how to balance solitude with social connection, independence with community. In the next section, we'll explore ways to stay engaged, build meaningful connections, and ensure that living alone doesn't mean feeling alone. Because while solitude can be a gift, it's the relationships and experiences we cultivate that truly make life fulfilling. While living alone offers a newfound sense of freedom and self-discovery, it also presents a challenge that many don't anticipate: staying connected. It's easy to assume that isolation only happens to those who completely withdraw from the world, but in reality, it often creeps in gradually. Days pass without much interaction, small social plans fall through, and before long, a sense of loneliness can settle in. However, living alone does not have to mean feeling alone. With the right mindset and small intentional efforts, it's entirely possible to build a fulfilling, connected life while still enjoying the independence that solitude provides. One of the most important things to recognize is that social interaction won't happen as naturally as it once did. In the past, conversations and connections may have come effortlessly, whether through work, family, or simply sharing a home with someone. But when living alone, social engagement requires more effort. This means being proactive in reaching out to friends and family, making plans, and finding new ways to stay engaged with the world. While it may feel uncomfortable at first, small steps like checking in with loved ones, scheduling regular meetups, or even joining a community group can make all the difference. Technology has also made it easier than ever to maintain relationships, no matter the distance. Video calls, social media, and messaging apps allow for meaningful interactions even when physical meetups aren't possible. For those who are less familiar with technology, taking the time to learn can be a game changer. Something as simple as a weekly video call with family or reconnecting with an old friend through social media can bring warmth and joy into daily life. Beyond maintaining existing relationships, living alone provides an opportunity to expand social circles. Many communities offer groups and activities specifically designed for older adults, from book clubs to fitness classes to volunteer organizations. These gatherings not only provide a chance to meet like-minded individuals, but also add structure and purpose to everyday life. Engaging in these activities not only strengthens social connections, but also helps combat the feelings of isolation that can sometimes accompany living alone. Another powerful way to stay connected is by having a sense of purpose. For some, this comes in the form of volunteering, giving time to causes that matter, helping others, and staying active in the community. For others, it might mean pursuing a passion, whether it's writing, painting, gardening, or teaching others a skill they've mastered over the years. Having a sense of purpose gives each day meaning and keeps the mind and heart engaged. It's also important to recognize that companionship doesn't always have to come from other people. Many older adults find comfort in adopting a pet, which can provide not just companionship, but also a sense of routine and responsibility. A dog encourages daily walks and fresh air, while a cat provides warmth and presence in a quiet home. Even something as simple as tending to plants or engaging with nature can bring a sense of connection to the world. Most importantly, staying connected requires self-awareness. Recognizing when loneliness is creeping in and taking proactive steps to counter it is key. It's okay to have quiet days, to enjoy solitude, but maintaining a balance is crucial. When living alone, the power to create a fulfilling, engaging life is entirely in one's own hands. Living alone as an older adult is more than just an adjustment. It's a journey of self-reliance, discovery, and personal growth. While it comes with challenges, it also offers an opportunity to redefine what independence truly means. This stage of life is not about simply getting by. It's about thriving, finding joy in the small moments, and shaping a lifestyle that feels fulfilling and meaningful. True independence isn't just about living on your own. It's about making choices that support happiness, health, and personal growth while ensuring that solitude never turns into isolation. One of the most powerful shifts in mindset is recognizing that independence doesn't mean doing everything alone. Many people struggle with the idea of asking for help, seeing it as a loss of self-sufficiency. However, true strength lies in knowing when to reach out. Whether it's hearing someone to help with household tasks, using technology to make life easier, or leaning on friends and family when needed, these small choices can make independence even more sustainable. Living alone doesn't mean refusing support. It means structuring life in a way that allows freedom while ensuring comfort and security. A key to fulfillment is maintaining both physical and mental well-being. It's easy to fall into habits of inactivity when living alone, but staying active, both physically and mentally, has a profound impact on happiness. Simple routines like daily walks, light exercise, or even dancing around the house to a favorite song can boost energy and mood. Keeping the mind engaged is just as important. Whether it's reading, doing puzzles, learning a new skill, or even taking an online course, stimulating the brain helps keep life exciting and fulfilling. The goal is to remain curious, always finding new ways to stay engaged with the world. Another powerful way to enhance fulfillment is by setting personal goals. These don't have to be grand or overwhelming. They can be as simple as reading a certain number of books in a year, trying a new recipe each week, or planning small trips to nearby places. Having something to look forward to, whether big or small, adds excitement and purpose to daily life. Goals help maintain motivation, creating a sense of progress and achievement that keeps life meaningful. One of the most beautiful aspects of this stage of life is the ability to reinvent oneself. Many people assume that personal growth is reserved for the young, but nothing could be further from the truth. This is a time to reflect on what truly brings happiness, to explore passions that may have been set aside, and to embrace the freedom to shape life however one desires. Whether it's painting, writing, traveling, or simply spending more time outdoors, the possibilities are endless. Living alone means having the chance to create a life that is deeply personal and uniquely fulfilling. Perhaps the most important lesson of all is that happiness doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from within. Contentment isn't about whether one lives alone or with others, but about how life is approached. Finding joy in simple moments, a quiet morning, a favorite song, a heartfelt conversation, can transform the experience of solitude into something truly special. Choosing to see independence as an opportunity rather than a limitation shifts everything. Living alone as an older adult isn't just about adjusting to a new way of life. It's about embracing the possibilities that come with it. It's about recognizing that independence is a gift, that fulfillment is within reach, and that each day holds the potential for joy, discovery, and connection. The journey may not always be easy, but with the right mindset, it can be one of the most rewarding experiences of all.